What is up, you guys? My name is Curtis, your SGL footy guru, and if you are excited about UFL, you're gonna love this video because we finally got some news on UFL. Now, earlier last year, they had this little event, or I guess you would say pretty big event, where they finally showed the gameplay trailer of UFL, and I kind of liked it. There was a lot of things that were very promising in this trailer, but we finally got some news on the release date and the development of this game, so let's jump right into it. In a series of tweets, Strikers Inc.'s CEO Eugene gives us some news about the game and some of their plans for 2023. On release date, we plan to release in Q3, Q4 2023. We don't have the exact date. Why is that so? Let me explain a little. We're still working on some R&D features related to animation tech and AI. It complicates predictability. Plenty of platform related work. Releasing on consoles implies a lot of guidelines, which I think I can't share due to regulations. Okay, so the first thing you said is the R&D features related to animation and AI. I think that this is just a hint of just where they are with the gameplay. I think there's a lot of gameplay development that they still need to go into. Of course, football games are supposed to be very unpredictable. It's a free-flowing gameplay sequence, and they really need to get that unpredictability down. And those R&D features, that's where R&D features basically means research and development, and that's where those features kind of are supposed to complicate the predictability. Now, animation tech and AI, that I think there's just a lot of development that still needs to go into UFL. So yeah, he's saying release date by, you know, Q3, Q4. I still think there's a lot of development that still needs to go into this game to make it free flowing and to make it very smooth. And I think that's what a lot of people want when it comes to UFL. The platform related work, they do want to release this game on consoles, so I think this is something that every developer has to go through when it comes to regulations and guidelines that you have to meet to put your game on console. So this probably is the least of their worries, I would think so. Of course, I'm not a developer, but I would think this is probably very cliche-ish, very easy stuff that every developer should go through when they're making a game and trying to put it on consoles. So I wouldn't be too worried about that one. Competition. 2023 is a football sim year. EA is releasing a title under the new name, or so it may seem. Konami are also doing things and not planning to leave the scene. We have to be very thoughtful because there's no second chances in this game, so we have to keep some secrets. This is something that I've always liked with Strikers Inc. ever since they announced UFL, is the transparency they give their community. I think talking about the competition and some of their worries is a good thing. The first thing that Eugene talks about is EA releasing EA Sports FC. I think UFL versus EA Sports FC is going to be very difficult because EA Sports FC has the backing of EA, and it's going to be very hard to go head to head with that game because of all the resources that that game has. Now, I think UFL versus Konami's eFootball is a little bit more sustainable and probably easier for UFL to do because both games are very similar. Both games are doing this FIFA Ultimate Team like mode that they're trying to present to fans, except that UFL just doesn't want any predatory microtransactions in it. And I think that UFL could probably overtake eFootball and probably be a little bit more popular, especially if they're not doing the predatory microtransactions. So, you know, Eugene expressing their worries about this and that they want to get it right the first time and enter the fray of this football gaming realm, I think is a good thing, and just expressing that, I really liked it. Moving on, Eugene put out a tweet kind of giving an announcement about more gameplay from UFL. So let's read into that right now. Now, a holiday announcement. March 2023, we will have a event on YouTube similar to the one in 2022. We plan to show a full match, no edits. We will venture into things we haven't spoken of before. Looking forward to it. Excited and nervous, to be honest. This is really exciting because this will show the quality and the overall gameplay of what UFL has to offer. And I think a lot of the community will have, once they see this, a lot of the fans, the community, me, myself, will be able to kind of make a judgment on, okay, UFL is a really good football game, or it's really not going to rival EA and FIFA. We'll know a lot more in March when this full match with no edits, no anything, no trailer, nobody talking over it, when we get to actually see it and see what this game is all about. So it's a very exciting announcement from Eugene. And last but not least, there was a question from a user that I think is actually kind of interesting, because a lot of developers are starting to develop these new football games and put their hands into football gaming. And I think that the question was a little far-fetched, but still, it possibly could happen. And I think it's very interesting that he even answered this question. So let's jump into it. Eugene, if you're really having a hard time, there's an option for a studio like 2K to buy a UFL game, and they can continue the work you started with more resources and a bigger development team. Would you ever consider this? No, mate, we're good. I thought this tweet was interesting because the EA and FIFA deal, that really busted open the football gaming realm, where anybody can kind of just start making their own football games, get a few titles for teams and clubs and leagues, and start making their own football title and start making some of that great money that FIFA has been making for years. And I think him saying, just give it to 2K could be thinking about making a soccer game at some point, making a little footy title. And the fact that Eugene actually answered this and shot it down immediately shows that, hey, they know what they're doing, they have the funds to do it, and they have a plan, and they don't want to sell out to a big corporation that's probably going to mess with the game. And yeah, I guess the guy's right. Yeah, more resources, a bigger development team, yeah, that's true. But these, Strikers Inc. have a vision for UFL, and they're going to see it through. So I thought that was very interesting. Get in the comments and let us know what you guys think about UFL. Are you excited for the game? Are you still a little skeptical about it? Also, you can ask me any questions that you want about UFL, or any gaming related questions at Cali from the Dojo. That's my Twitter. You can tweet me any question, man. I got you guys. I got you guys. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace. If you guys like the content we do here on Sports Gamers Online, then hit that like button and subscribe to SGO right now. And if you want the most out of your SGO experience, then join SGO Insider.